Are we on the verge of new sneaker hype in 2025? We're going to discuss it this time on Fire Footwear. Welcome back to Fire Footwear, everybody. As always, I'm your host, Matt Freitz. I want to welcome you back, and I hope that you've been enjoying the new content lately. I had somebody who is in my personal life, actually a supporter of the show, reach out to me and talk to me about Complex's article this past week that was talking about how sneaker companies were going to make us work harder for future sneaker releases. And there have been certainly some examples of this going on. The first of which were the Wizard of Oz dunks that came out at the end of 2024. But in people getting their pairs from certain skate shops, it looks like there was one mystery pair that came out that almost was like a friends and family pack. It looked like the ruby slippers at the beginning of the movie when she first gets to Oz, when the Wicked Witch of the West tries to actually basically destroy them. This was a fire pair. Everything about it looked amazing. Everything about the execution, the box, the packaging, everything was awesome. And a lot of people were freaking out. I think this could be seen as an example of maybe Nike SB or maybe even the skate shop trying to build hype in some kind of a way by putting a pair out there that is so unobtainable that people are going to want it and pay a lot of money for it. But then if you also look at the bigger picture, the Jordan 1 High 85 Bred that's going to be coming out in the middle of February, that is going to be extremely rare and very exclusive. They're talking about 23 retailers only and 10,000 pairs only. And I'm going to be talking about that in depth in a future video. But the idea around this, and it seems as if Jordan Brand is going way into it, is that they want to build hype around it. And how are they going to do that? They're going to do that by claiming it's exclusive. And Jordan Brand is going way overboard in trying to convince us of that. Showing Jordan 1's band on their website. People at Nike giving out citations to people who are wearing Jordan 1s at Nike's headquarters. A lot of this stuff to me is super fabricated. And yeah, I guess you have to sometimes fabricate hype in order to get people to care. But I feel like Nike is missing the point with this. However, it kind of gets us to a larger discussion about the idea of, are we on a different path? Are we getting to the point where sneakers are going to be hyped again? And these examples of this are going to get us there. If you kind of look at the history of sneakers, there have been a certain number, maybe 5 or 6 if you can think of them off the top of your head, examples of sneakers that have transcended because their story and their release has become something of myth, something of legend. I can think of the Galaxy Foamposites, the Red October Yeezy 2s, the Concord 11s, the Pigeon SB Dunks. All of these have a story, and all of these stories have led to this sort of lightning in a bottle moment that have made them these almost unicorns in sneaker culture. And I guess the Concord 11 is a lot more accessible because they're retroing that more, but these other shoes, they haven't retroed those. And yeah, we're gonna get the Galaxies. Will people feel the same about it? But the Pigeon Dunks, the Red October Yeezy 2s, those are unicorn status. And they will always be unicorn status because of the lore around how they released and the stories and all of that. Can Nike actually recreate that? Can sneakers become that again? I think shoes today do have these lightning in a bottle moments, but I think that they're fleeting. I think that what they create is only in the moment. It's very temporary. I don't actually think that the lore extends beyond that. You can think of some of the examples recently. How about the Pine Green Nike SB Jordan 4s? There were riots at certain releases. But has that really translated to that shoe being in the pantheon of greatest shoes of all time or most infamous releases of all time? I would say no. Can we ever get there? I think it's going to be hard to get there because of the fact that we are so saturated with sneakers. If you think about when the Pigeon Dunk came out, that moment is what got sneakers on the map for the regular person. We're never going to go back to those times because sneakers are so accessible. We have welcomed too many people into the culture, so to speak. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. I just think it's going to be really difficult to have organic feelings again the way that we did that way. Jordan Brand can do everything they want to limit a shoe. It doesn't necessarily make us, the boots on the ground, feel like it's any more exclusive or something that we absolutely have to have. I think that Nike SB accidentally stumbled into that with the recent Wizard of Oz dunk hype. But you know what? That wasn't something that they planned, but it's not, again, going to make it some kind of unicorn that I think we all want to have. I think that part of it is going to be difficult to fabricate, especially if brands like Nike are opening up the vaults to everything. How do you feel about it though? Do you feel like we are on the verge of a new era in terms of sneaker hype? And do you feel like these brands can get it to where we organically feel that way again? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.